Hello everyone, this is Mike with Play More Games, and today we are going to play Fire in the Lake. That is the fourth title in the Coin series from GMT Games. This one developed by Mark Herman and the Coin father himself, Vokal Runke. This one focuses on Vietnam. So today, I will probably just play the first Coup round, as it is getting kind of late, and I probably should be going to bed. But I was motivated to play. If you saw my video the other day, I've been playing this on my table, and I kind of wanted to start the playthrough series for this. So, let's see. Anything else before we get started? So I will try to balance this explanation-wise. I will say I'm not an expert. You won't see perfect play. You might not even see good play. But hopefully what you do see is interesting play. It's been, apart from the game I'm playing right now upstairs in my office, it's probably been 2 years since I've played this game, so a little bit of a refresher is necessary, and I will try to balance it, so I won't over-explain anything any more than I already have, but I will also make sure that it is, at least to a degree, accessible to someone that is coming in and knows nothing about the Coin series. So, with all that being said, we'll get started, and we will talk about these things as we go through. I have set up for the full campaign, and I am using period events. So let's draw our first two cards. Should we really have a Coup card right off the bat? Hold that thought. Okay, we're back. So when I scanned through the rules, I couldn't find anything that said that that was not allowed for whatever reason, but I didn't like it. And really, there's no reason. I mean, it's kind of a personal hang-up. I don't like the idea of the very first card of the game being a Coup card. The U.S. could. I think that kind of benefits the U.S. Because they would be able to commit troops, and I really think that there should be this period of, you know, North Vietnamese and Viet Cong aggression, which provokes a U.S. response, you know. Although I suppose if you wanted to write the narrative, you could say that the conflict kicks off because of the coup, and the United States, you know, gets cold feet and decides to up its commitment, or whatever story that you want to tell. In any case, I ditched it, and the first card we have is AAA. So, I think what we will do is, this is a pretty good capability for the NVA. We don't want to see the unshaded version taken, and we don't want to pass on, like we could do, like a specialtivity only if we wanted to avoid giving the event to the allies. But given the choice between an op only and the event, let's take the event. It is an investment in our future. So, here comes the fun part, which is Mike has to go through and figure out, or better say, remember where the capability tokens are. There we go. Alright. So what this does is we cannot degrade the trail lower than 2 via airstrikes, which is a very powerful ability at the beginning of the game. So then we come down here, and this sequence of play is common to most of the coin games. The most recent one, All Bridges Burning, kind of messes with the formula, and of course the 2-player one, Colonial Twilight, is a little bit different as well. So, but basically what it says is the first player chooses one of these 3 boxes, and that limits what the second player can do. So we choose the event, which means the United States gets the full breadth of its action. It can do an operation and a special activity. We could consider passing, but we're still going to find ourselves in a situation where we're acting second on the next card. So we're not going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an operation and a special activity. So the first thing we will do is, and we will train in Saigon, and when we train, we are going to add 2 police and 4 troops. Now we can select this space for a training action because there is a US base. It costs the Arvin 3 resources. Now, I could choose another base, or I could place some irregulars. So let's place an irregular here. And the idea is that we'll use these 2 irregulars to strike some of the VC in the area. So then we will build support, which is another 3 Arvin resources. Okay. So with all of that being said, we can advise, we can airlift, or we can airstrike. Well, we really don't have any good targets for an airstrike. We could, what we could do though is we could airlift some of our units around. So I guess maybe what we can do let's figure out where we're going to go. All right, let's do this. So airlift, redistribute any U.S. troops and up to 4 irregulars, rangers, or Arvin troops among the selected spaces. So let's go. All right. So now we have a decent sized strike force to kind of root out that base there. So we will end faction play, end card play, and then we will draw a card. So now we have the VC up. Let's see. If we take the event, we could flip Saigon to neutral, which would be a huge hit to support. It's a pretty good opportunity to do that. I'll tell you what, here's what we are going to do. We are going to rally. So we are going to put 3 guerrillas here. And then we are going to put three guerrillas here. And this costs us 2. And then we can subvert. And we will subvert here. And that will remove 1 patronage. And is there anywhere else we can subvert? No. That kind of weakens up the strike force there. Alright. So that's the VC. So the Arvin can take the event, which will give them 10 aid or 4 patronage to resources, and then we lose the Arvin leader, which we don't want to do. We don't want to do that. So let's do a train. So we will place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that'll cost us 3. 1, 2, 3. And we get 5 aid. And I don't see aid on there. So we will bump it up to 20. Alright. So end faction play, end card play, draw a card. Nam Dong. Remove a coin base from a province with 0 to 2 coin cubes, US to casualties, and set it to active opposition. Well, generally I hate to take more than one event in a row. But this is such a nice one that it'll be kind of hard to pass up. Let's see. This commitment, all troop casualties available. Just gotta look something up real quick. Yep. Alright. Probably, actually probably not worth it. So what we'll do, remove up to 3 guerrillas from a province with a coin base, set the space to active support. Well, we don't want to let the US take that, so alright, here's what we'll do. We'll do an operation only. And we'll kick off with a rally. And alright, so we have trail value of 1 and 1 base here in North Vietnam, so we get 2 guerrillas there. And then down here in the Parrot's Beak, we'll also give 2. And then in Lao, put a base there. I should have been more specific. Central and Northern Lao will each get bases. So that'll be 4 resources. And then we will pay 2 to improve the trail. I think improving the trail happens last, so we couldn't do that to improve our rallies. My cat's trying to decide whether she wants to come up or not. Alright, so the US gets a limited operation. Okay, here she comes. Here comes our military advisor. Alright, and what do our experts say? She says that she wants treats. Okay. So let's see. Alright, you know what? As the US, we are going to pass. Oops. That's the aid button. Gotcha. Alright. And the reason why we're going to pass is we're first up on this card, Medvac. So we can do an operation and a special activity. So our special activity will be to airlift. And okay, there we go. There's our airlift done. And then we will sweep. So we activate 1 guerrilla per US troop, but 2 in jungle. So seems pretty inefficient. So what I will do is I will just grab a second one here so we can at least activate 2. All right. Then the Arvin. Arvin will sweep. Which will activate the rest of these. All right. That's right. Okay. All right. So VC capability. VC rally in one space where VC already had a base may agitate as if support phase, even if coin control. So what we can do is we can do that. Yeah, let's take that. It's worth it, and we really don't have to worry too much about like the coin forces wiping us out or anything like that, unfortunately, for the coin faction at this point anyway. All right. So then we have the MVA. That's right. So let's see. What we will do is we will rally. We'll place 3 gorillas here for 1 resource. And then we will place 3, we will infiltrate. So we will place 3, oops. We will place 3 troops there. And then we will replace these 4 guerrillas with another 4 troops. We have a nice set of troops. However, we are only down, we're down to 3 resources at this point. So then we will do just 2 more rallies, and we will rally guerrillas up to trail value plus bases. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for right now, we will just put troops in Central Lao. 2. Trail plus bases, so 4. And we will convert 3 of these. So the NBA is on the march. Alright, so we can place 3 irregulars outside the south, then do free airstrikes. And airstrike. Or let's take a look at Gulf of Tonkin. If we do Gulf of Tonkin, we can get some of these units right away. And we get our airstrikes, but I don't have any targets to hit them with. A tough choice. So here's what we're gonna do. On a 1 to 3, we'll play on this card. On a 4 to 6, we'll play on the next. Alright, so we're gonna play on this card. And what we'll do is we'll place an irregular there, and one in the Parrot's Beak, and then we'll do another in Central Lao. Alright, so we can do airstrikes in both spaces, and let's do Southern Lao. Alright, so we'll try to get the most out of it. So Parrot's Beak, we remove 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 level towards active opposition. Now that isn't good at building support because the population values are 0. But there may be other activities that specify not at opposition or at opposition, so it's still worth to track. And really, what this represents is, we are, we're bombing a country that. We're not strictly speaking at war with. The U.S. is. I shouldn't say we. I don't know where you are from. But as we can see, or as we'll find out, this does have consequences for the U.S. player. So let's roll for Southern Lao, which is another 5. It's another good result. Which means those bases are undefended. And then Central Lao, another 5. So that's pretty good. We removed 15 pieces with 3 airstrikes. Oh, and we could airstrike here as well. Free airstrikes to 6 spaces. Alright, so Tainan, just 1. It's already at active opposition. All right, so pretty good for them. All right, so we can do the Arvin next. All right, so we will assault. And that will let us remove 2. So we'll reduce our resources. Actually, what we will do is we will transport. So that will take in all of those as well. So now it's just left is the tunnel. So that worked pretty well. And now, hopefully, we'll get the chance to take care of the tunnel. All right. There's nothing in the casualty box, so there's no point in taking that event for either the NBA or the VC. The NBA is going to rally, and that is their last resource. But we will rally here. We can put 4 guerrillas there, and we'll definitely want to do that because we want to protect our base. All right. Unfortunately, we need at least 3 troops to bombard, and we don't have that anywhere. So what we can do is infiltrate, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll do the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they only have 1 base, so it's 3 there. Okay. So now the VC can do a limited operation, or they'll go next and take the event, which is a good idea. So, they will pass. And we will add their resource. Ooh, now they are also up again. No, it's not great. Shift 3 provinces with Arvin, each 1 level towards active opposition. So eliminate some coin support there, and build 1 there. And then we get to place a guerrilla in each of them. So this eliminates some coin control and some US support. So it's a needle in both of the coin factions' eyes. So they took the event. So then next up is the Arvin. So the Arvin will do a simple assault here. 1, 2, 3. And we'll roll to see if we remove the base. We do not. But we will move some of these troops back since we don't need so many there anymore. It's nice to protect the city. And faction play, and card play, draw a card. Alright, so we've got a coup showing next turn. So first up is the NVA. And unfortunately, being out of resources, there's not much they can do. So they will have to pass. Which leaves the US with its options here. Alright, so we'll do an operation and special activity. Alright, so we will do a train. That'll cost us 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we will adjust support twice, which will cost another 6. And then we will do a free advise action. So we will assault with Arvin. See if we can remove this tunnel. Yes. That time we get it. All right. So now it is the coup round. So the first thing we do is we check for victory. And none of the factions have met their victory condition. So then we check for sabotage, and we sabotaged locks with more insurgent than coin pieces or adjacent to non-coin controlled city, which is nothing at this point. We degrade the trail by 1 box if any Lao or Cambodia space is controlled by coin. It is not. So then we add resources. So Arvin gets 15 plus aid, which is 20. So that's going to be 35. And actually, I think it's going to be 40 because I think that I forgot to add 5 for a train action. I think I did train twice. So, NBA gets the number of bases in Laos and Cambodia, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 2 times the trail value, which is 4, so it's 9, so they go back up to 10. Then VC gets the number of their bases, which is 6, so they're up to 10. And then subtract 3 times the number of casualties from aid. Didn't happen. So support. US then Arvin may pacify a combined total of up to 4 spaces with coin control, police, and their own troops. Alright, so US. Coin control, police, and their own troops. Coin control. There's no police here. Coin control, police, and their own troops. Okay. So that'll cost 6. And I think that's the only place that they can do it. Just did that one. Alright, so then the Arvin. Oh, I forgot to. We're supposed to do this first. Remove 1 out of 3 cubes per space round down. So I interpret that to mean any space with 3 or more. So we'll return police 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have to return 4, so we'll try to do that as evenly as possible. All right. So VC may agitate in up to 4 spaces with any VC and no coin control. All right. All right. So we have done this to the maximum, and we only have 2 resources left. However, we are well above our victory condition, so if we can get a lucky early coup round, then we can sneak an early win, which means everyone's going to be on their ass. Pardon my language. Alright, so then redeploy. US troops in Laos and Cambodia go to out of play, others go to available. So our regulars will go to available. They're rotating out off mission. Alright, so we have to send our troops out of places without bases. That's done. And then we may move any police to any locks or coin control within South Vietnam. Well, there's really no locks we want to protect at this point. We say, hey, that's up to you, US of A. NBA may move troops from any spaces to any NBA bases. We're good on that. Then adjust all control. Well, control's been tracking. I don't think it's mattered. We haven't flipped anything. Alright, so commitment. 1 in 3 U.S. troop and all base casualties out of play. Regular casualties to available. U.S. may move troops totaling up to 10, minus the number of casualties just placed, plus up to 2 U.S. bases among available and in any coin control locks in Saigon. Okay. Alright, so do we want to have a troop commitment? Yes, we will commit. Actually, these don't come from out of play, do they? All right. All right. So we've committed some troops, which has not helped us in terms of our victory, but we are hoping that we can use this escalation as an opportunity to reduce support or reduce opposition and build support. Since we just need coin control to pacify on a train activity, and it needs to be done at a US base. This will look like a good province to do just that on. All right. All right. So that is the end of the first coup round. And as a result, that'll be where we stop this playthrough for today. So since the coup attempt failed, our Arvin leader is still in command here. So thanks for watching. I hope that this was fun for you. How come this base is... Thank you. I hope this was fun for you. We'll be back later this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday. Thanks for watching. This is Mike, and have a wonderful day.